This is the Lexus CT200H, and there's a good chance you've never seen this car before or even heard of it. This car is quite the unicorn because at its peak in 2012, Lexus sold less than 20,000 units for the whole year. This little hatchback is essentially a Toyota Prius wrapped in a Lexus, and there's certainly pros and cons to that. Especially with this F-Sport appearance package, this car takes all the good things of the Toyota Prius and takes away the stigma. But is the CT200H a desirable small hybrid hatch? That's what we're going to find out today. Starting with the grille, this has that very clean Lexus styling from this time period. It looks simple and elegant. The new Lexus grille looks like there's just a giant gaping hole in the front of the car, and I think it's a far cry from that classiness that Lexus was always known for. This zigzag pattern inside the grille stands out, but it's still subtle at the same time, and there's a tasteful strip of chrome at the top. You get halogen low beam headlights, which is a little surprising, along with LED daytime running lights. Down below, you get fog lights and a continuation of that grille pattern. Turning to the side, it's a bit of a shock at first to see how short this vehicle is, both in length and height. The body lines are minimal and clean. The way this back window is blacked out to make it look like part of the rear is a cool effect. You have LED turn signal indicators on the mirrors and F-Sport and hybrid badging. These F-Sport specific wheels are 17 inches and look very nice. The tire size on the CT200H F-Sport is 215/45/17. Turning to the rear, the design is very clean and compact with these nice LED tail lights that look like they were taken straight off the ES350 from this time period. There's these odd looking cutouts at the bottom and no visible exhaust because this is a hybrid. And I find it kind of funny that this car has a rear wiper. I mean, just look how tiny this window is. And opening the rear hatch, you get 14.3 cubic feet of space. Taking a look under the hood here is a 1.8 liter inline 4-cylinder engine paired with an electric motor, putting out a combined 134 horsepower and 142 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 takes 9.8 seconds according to Lexus, but realistically it's longer, and that's delivered by a CVT transmission. Fuel economy ratings are combined 42 miles per gallon, that's 40 city and 43 highway, and the capacity of the fuel tank is a small 11.9 gallons. On the interior, things get a little interesting. The materials in here are very nice. The upper parts of the dashboard and door panels have nice soft touch points, and the leather trim on the door panels and center console is of high quality. The steering wheel is wrapped in nice leather, and the gauges behind it have cool animations when selecting different drive modes. There's a few strange quirks in this interior. For one, this has to be the most odd-looking shift lever I've ever seen, and here's where things really get weird. There's a grab handle on the door on the passenger side, but nothing on the driver's side. I think if one side was gonna get it, it should be the driver. And in contrast to the really nice materials, the technology is highly lacking. Take a look at the center stack. This is straight out of a Lexus from the 90s. If you have a nostalgic love for those 90s Lexus cars, you probably like this. But for the vast majority of buyers, this just doesn't cut it. However, it is nice to still have a CD player. The screen is controlled by this mouse, and it works decent for a car from this time period. But as far as the screen is concerned, it's quite pixelated. And I'm not sure if there's some kind of filter on, but the colors are extremely warm, and the colors that should be white are coming up orange. The screen does come with navigation and a backup camera, but the resolution just isn't good. Some nice things you do get include heated seats and a sunroof. Now, storage space in here is limited because this is a very small car. Glove box is small, as well as the center console, and door pockets are a good size. So now I'm in the back, I'm 6 feet tall, and it's tight in here. Legroom is rated at 32.9 inches, and headroom isn't great either. And you do get 2 seat pockets back here. So I'm just going to be doing a short little test drive just around this empty parking lot. My good friend Sean was kind enough to let me borrow his car to make this review. He wants me to be extra careful with it, so of course, got to respect people's boundaries. So I'm not going to be taking a joyride out on the road with this one, but I will do a little bit of driving through this lot just to show you how it is. Now, pulling off to a start, you're only in electric mode, so you don't hear anything. It's very smooth. Feels like there's a bit of regenerative braking going on. I guess I would describe the brake pedal as feeling kind of squishy. It's got a lot of travel to it. The ride is smooth, just like a typical Toyota or Lexus. Now this does share a powertrain with the Prius, so it's not a very fast car, but it's a nice, comfortable, very efficient commuter car. So it's like your Prius, but obviously much more upscale. Now, as I was driving to this lot, the road noise, I will say, was a bit loud. I think a bit uncharacteristic of Lexus, but of course this is a very entry-level Lexus. Steering feels nice and balanced, has good weight to it. So that was a clip of the audio system, and as you heard, insanely powerful. You saw in the clip earlier showing the cargo space. My friend Sean, he's got a giant subwoofer out in the back, so there's been some modifications to the audio system. The regular CT200H won't sound like that, but I still just wanted to show you guys how awesome this sounds. So this is not a typical review. I usually do a much longer test drive on the road, but I'm grateful just to have the opportunity to drive this. So remember, we're talking about a entry-level hybrid premium hatch. And for the purpose that this car was made, I think overall it does a good job at what it's meant for. Nice materials. It's certainly like 5 steps above a Prius in here. But if it's those more sporty driving dynamics that you're after, then you're going to want to look at a higher up Lexus. Possibly an IS or an ES. So I think the CT200H is a very unique vehicle geared toward a very specific buyer. Because of the way it performs, its target buyer would simply be a potential Prius buyer wanting something a little bit more upscale. Someone who does a lot of city driving and values fuel economy but doesn't want to be seen in a Prius. A 2012 CT200h F-Sport with 175,000 miles like this one is selling for around $11,000. If you value performance and acceleration power, this isn't the car for you. But if that's not your priority, then this could be a possibility for you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and tell me your thoughts on the CT200H down in the comments, and subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to see more reviews just like this. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later.